DadPod.
DadPod.
Let's go. Season 3.
Season 3, Sode 1. 2 cents, Josh and Spence. We're
Man,
your hosts.
is it good to be back.
Josh.
Spence.
So, Spencer, any major life events since we've last seen you?
Yeah, all of a sudden, I feel like I need to talk about how bad we need the rain. That's all.
Well,
I want to talk about my lawn. I want to talk about my grill.
What?
Okay? I want to tell you jokes that are dumb.
and hilarious. Yes. So, Spencer, tell us about your major life event.
On May 27th, my beautiful wife gave birth to Sophie Chase Roan.
Heck yeah.
She is absolutely perfect. So,
Hey.
Pretty pumped. I am a dad now. Loving it so far, but excited to talk to you about it because I've got a lot to learn.
Shout out to Mac Mommy for making a beautiful baby.
Oh, she did so good, yeah.
And shout out to Sophie Chase for
Also,
having the
just
sickest head of hair.
Women's bodies are wild.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! Okay. So May 20. So what is that? About a month and a half?
Yeah. She'll be 6 weeks old tomorrow. When this airs, she'll be just about 7 weeks.
Okay.
So
how's it going?
Oh man.
First impressions? First thoughts?
I mean, we'll keep her.
Sure.
No, but you probably know this. I want to be able to do more and help more. But in this first part where she's breastfeeding and stuff, it's like, I'll do as much as I can, but yeah. I feel like we're starting to get the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a life change though.
Oh yeah.
Everything kind of revolves around that baby, which is cool, that's what I expected, and I'm more than okay with it. But
yeah, that's not gonna change.
Yeah. You kind of, life is just so different. Like before, me and Kenzie were able to talk a lot more and spend a lot more time together, and now it just kind of revolves around the baby, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a big change. So it's something that we're both adjusting to.
Sure.
But
yeah, and if nothing else, just like the sleep, right? How's she sleeping? What's that been like?
She's not. She is. That's really all she does is sleep, but except at night.
Right.
She's up like every 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Yeah. She's fine. She's like in a dead sleep until she's hungry, and when she's hungry, man, she's hungry. Yeah, she'll let you know.
They get pretty ornery pretty quick.
Yeah,
when
dude.
They're like,
so like, we've found that there's like different cries that Sophie will make. One is like, okay, she's hungry. Like we've got a couple minutes. The next one, and we don't go. There's no in between. It's not even crying. It's just yelling. Just ah. And it's like, oh, she needs a bottle now, or she needs to be fed now.
Yeah. That doesn't change either. Like when it comes like going potty, like kids never like, hey, would you mind stopping? And next time you get a chance, I kind of have to pee. It's like I have to it's just 0 to I'm about to pee my pants. Yeah. Are you? I guess I don't want to be the one to bring up breastfeeding.
I am not breastfeeding.
Well, right, but so you can't really help at first, but then like after a while you can.
So we're like mixing in a bottle now.
Okay.
So she usually I'll do like the last bottle at night, which is cool because it feels like I can do more and I have the ability. Oh, she's crying now. I can help make her stop crying.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I never knew this, tons of different like bottles and just like the flow of the bottle and different types of nipples and different types of
you have a nipple counter.
Different types of like colic, like there's different ones that like lock the milk in. It's insane. So many bottles out there.
Yeah, babies is big business. There's lots of Yeah, and then too, like you have like the whatever little bottle cleaner thing, and then like the little thing that looks like grass that you put the bottles on or whatever. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, but that is a cool stage when you have like enough either switch to formula or like have enough supply from like pumping or whatever that you can. This is more uncomfortable than I thought. But
yeah, like it helps. It's wild though. Like the like the supply is different. The whole supply and demand thing. You're absolutely right. I don't know much about it, but Kenzie does, and she's an absolute rock star with it. But like, yeah, you pump at certain times because it's better. She told me the other day that like if you pump and it's PM, like if it's night, there's like hormones or maybe hormones.
More nitrogen.
No, there's more like there's stuff that like makes the baby tired. Where like the AM, really? It's different. Yeah, like how wild is that?
Like throw some melatonin in there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is wild. That is wild. But it is nice. Like when you can help. Yeah. Right. Like in the middle of the night, be like, hey, I got this. Or like before you go to bed, like then you. Like, hey, you got the next one. So then when you wake up, you don't have to be like, so am I pretending to be asleep?
Yeah.
Am I pretending to be asleep here? What are we doing?
Yeah. I do my best to help out with like diapers.
Oh, yeah.
Man, does that baby go to the bathroom a lot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I can always help with. The other thing I'm struggling with is like just being back at work. Mm-hmm. I want to be at home. I want to help more. Yeah. When I'm here, I feel like I should be at home, but when I'm at home, I feel like I should be here.
Oh, dude.
It's tough.
Yeah, that is.
Like, I feel like I can't. Wherever I'm at, I feel like I'm not supposed to be there.
Yeah, and you want to do the opposite, right? You want to be present where your feet are.
Right.
And that is super tough, and that all goes back to, like, all the things that we talk about and have always done, like time blocking and being intentional and starting the day on purpose. And again, like, whatever. Like kind of scheduling out your day so that or like, okay, instead of saying, or like all work expands to fill the time allowed. So if you say like, I got till 5 o'clock to get all this done, it'll take till 5 o'clock. But if you say I have till noon to get this done, it'll take till noon. And then just being more on top of that and on the ball at work so that when you're done, you can now feel good about it and be like, no, I'm checked out. I'm at home now.
And I think it's more difficult as like a business owner. Like we don't get a salary where like if I was still a paramedic, I like when I clock out I'm done and I can go home, I can just be there. Mm-hmm. But in this job, I go home and I'm like if people are texting me, I'm like, oh well, I need to provide like the best customer service. Well, now I'm on my phone and I'm not present around my family, which is the opposite thing that I want. Yeah. But then I'm feeling like a pull towards like, well, we need money, we need to make money, we've got a new baby. So I need to provide the best customer service and all that kind of stuff, and it's just, it's a never-ending battle. Yeah. I feel like that I am trying to end.
Yeah.
So
I'm about 8 years deep in that battle, and it's like sometimes it's better than others, or whatever. But that does go back to that bold law, like you teach people how to treat you as well, and like most people understand, right? Like they don't want to be like, oh, man, of course, or whatever. But just letting them know, like a lot of people have voicemails saying like, hey, it's Spencer, sure. If it's after 7 o'clock, I'll get back to you the next business day because I'm spending time with my family or whatever. Kind of like setting that tone when you first meet with the client or whatever. Like, hey, I'm available till about 6 o'clock every night. And then after that, that time's dedicated to my family. Mm-hmm. There's no such thing as, if there's a real estate emergency, call 911 because they don't exist or whatever. So just being more comfortable having those conversations, because if you, and like changing or like reframing what a 5-star experience looks like, because it shouldn't necessarily be like jump right now. That doesn't necessarily have to be a 5. Like they, and yet, I do the same thing. I struggle with the same thing.
It's also tough because Kenzie is so good at taking care of this baby already. Well, she's spending so much more time with her, so she knows like, oh, that's a cry because she has a messy diaper. Yeah, like she can just hear it. Yeah, and I so badly want to be as good as her. She's just, I mean, I've seen a new person in my wife. It's pretty cool to see, but I haven't become as good at this parenting thing as her, which has been hard.
Right. Yeah, but at the same, and I hear that for sure. And at the same time, kind of the hunter gatherers too.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like kind of like you gotta get out and do the thing that kind of makes all. But yeah,
right.
I struggle with that too, and it kind of bugs you a little bit.
I think I'll be a lot better when like she can talk and she can.
Yeah.
That's when I'm more comfortable, and not that I'm uncomfortable with her, but I'll just know what to do more. Tell me what you want, and I'll help you get it.
Talk to me.
Talk to me, baby.
But then they'll be like, "I'm hungry. What do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." It's like, "I'm bored. What do you want to do?" I don't know. It's like, all right. But yeah, it's a wild thing, man. But then it definitely makes you, and I could have seen that in you. Like you were like very focused before, like kind of ramping up to the pregnancy, but you definitely see the laser focus because your big why gets that much bigger, right? When, but then too, there's a lot to that. It's not just like, I want to make money and it's like, you want to be there, and all that. But yeah, it's always a work in progress.
I really never like we talked about, I really never focused on my time a ton. It was like, oh, do you work till 7? Well, I'm just working hard. Well, now it's like, no, I need to get home.
Yeah.
I don't want you wasting my time. I have somewhere else to be. I want to be with my family.
Yeah. And that's always like, I've kind of always preached that, like the consistency, like come in at this time, know what you're going to do, get it done, whatever. And then like, cause in our business, like we don't get paid for time. We get paid for results.
Right.
So it's like, come in, make the results, do the things, and like get out of here. Like, don't be a hero. Like, oh, it was until 7:30 last night doing my whatever. It's like, okay, that's great. And like, can we work a little smarter, not harder, or whatever? And yeah, at first you give up money for time for money, and then at a certain point you then start giving up money for time.
Yep.
Because it's just more important, and that's the one like finite resource that you can't get back, and your baby's only a baby for a certain amount of time, and they're only a toddler for a certain amount of time.
Yep.
And you just,
you
just can't go back.
I feel like every time I go home, she looks bigger. She looks different. It's wild. She looks more and more like a human.
Yeah. And it doesn't take long. And then pretty soon they like stand up and then they walk and then they start, and it's just like, you can just never get that time back. So yeah, just being more intentional with your time and just knowing what you want to get done. And then, blackout number 1.
There it is, number 1.
One nipple.
First one.
One nipple, one blackout. But then too, no, it's also important to like keep having that time with your spouse because your relationship does turn into more transactional. It's not like, hey, you want to go get a beer? You want to go out for a drink? You want to go hang out? You want to go to a movie? You want to go play some golf? It's
Can't just do that. Yeah.
It's a little bit different. So then you also have to prioritize that time. So then putting in like the weekly date night or having the next thing to look forward to and kind of create like updating the cadence that you guys, whatever. Because otherwise you could easily turn into roommates or whatever, which is a real thing. And all of a sudden just things change. So you have to be intentional with that as well. But it is true. Like it does change. It can change your relationship and you go from being like husband, wife to now being like just parents and caregivers and, so you gotta be intentional with that too.
It's different. It's cool so far. Like I said, Kenzie is I've seen a new side of her. It's like she was meant to be a mom. Like she is so good at it. It's insane. What's your problem?
It just reminds me of the Office. There's a scene in The Office where he's like, that's the easiest job in the world. And then he's like, well, second easiest. And then he looks at the camera and he just goes, being a mom. It's just funny. But no, it's insane. It's insane what they do.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild. And then I don't know. And like for us, like Nikki's always like runs the ship at home. Like the kids don't get signed up. Like I've never signed a kid up for anything. I've never done anything, No, like, that way.
Yeah, you get home and I'm like, how was your day? And she's like, oh, I just have had 2 hours of sleep. She's been screaming at my face all day. It's been great. How about you? Like, oh, I sat at my desk and kicked my feet up for a minute.
I did, messed around my database, made some calls, played some ping pong. Yeah, it's different, but yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, just the word intentionality is what's coming to mind with with your time and with the relationships and just I don't know, and teaching people how to treat you because it's like people will continue to come after your time, which is good because you grow into a person where people want you, people seek you out for your help, for your whatever, which is great, and yet like. Every time you say yes to something, you say no to something else. So every time you say yes to taking a call from somebody at 7:30 on a Tuesday evening, you're saying no to hanging out with your family, So it's a balancing act for sure. But yeah, those babies, they're game changers for sure.
And just to wrap up, I got these. So on May 27th, I became a father, right?
Heck yeah.
On Father's Day, I opened up these bad boys, Cameron Spence. And that's when I became a dad.
Dude, look at the bottom of those shoes.
Already got them a little bit muddy. Here we go. Mowed the lawn in them a few times. I'm still working on the green stains. It's kind of more dirt, but
okay.
Man, I tell you what, they are comfy. Just a lot of support.
They're legit. Yeah, what is it? Ergonomic? No. The orthopedics only get more and more important. When you're standing at the grill, just clasping your tongs.
Yep. And, I look out when it's raining in, and I'm like, oh, the lawn's going to look so good tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. All the plants are going to love this.
Yep. I can feel weather coming in my knee. We're going to get some weather.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a storm coming in.
Yep. Every time I grab a power tool, just have to.
Yeah, just ratchet straps, baby. You should see Spencer's. Everything is ratcheted down on Spencer's desk.
That ain't going anywhere.
Oh, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
hey, shout out Spence for making a baby.
Hey, thanks, man.
Heck yeah.
I had the easy part.
It's my pleasure. All right, watch for deer.
Shake your bug. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. If you have any suggestions for us, make sure to leave them in the comments. Until next time, watch for deer, shake your bug.